Hi everybody. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use a twin needle. This was requested by a viewer, and I have these twin needles. I don't remember the width of them. I threw the packaging away because I keep them in my pincushion. I don't use them very often, so I just leave them in here. So there's different widths and different size needles. Hope you guys can see that. So I'm going to use the widest just because that's the one I like best. And now I'm going to show you how to uh, thread your machine for it. Okay, before we thread the machine, we need to change the needle. And this needle has the same kind of shank as the other ones. It just has two needles attached to it. Is that focusing? Might be kind of close. Anyway, this is the flat part of the shank that goes to the back. Okay, now let's get started on threading the machine. So I'm just taking a couple random colors. Now, during my move, I lost this spindle here. I have one here, and then when I'm using a separate or a second color, I just drop it in a cup right here. Now, when I thread the machine, I thread them together. So I gather both threads and I run it through the track, trying to keep from twisting anything. And let me take this back out because I want to show you that you can also keep your finger like this and then keep it closed here so that you know they're not getting twisted up in there. And then up. When you're threading your machine, your presser foot needs to be up and your needle in its highest position so that the uptake lever will be at the top. Okay, after we run it through the uptake lever, we're going to come down and I'm going to put this one behind this guide and this one behind this guide. And those are the needles I will be threading. Left on the left side, right on the right side. Now, when I threaded the machine, I had my presser foot up so that it would get into the tension discs. But because now I'm threading the needles, I needed to have the presser foot down so that it can stay out of my way. Now I just drop it between the toes of the foot into the back. Now, I'm assuming most machines are the same, where when I thread my bobbin in, the thread's going to come down off the left side. There's a guide right here that the thread goes under and comes up this side. And when it goes down, you'll see the thread come around and grab the bobbin thread and pull it up through here. So now you have all three threads. I drop them between the toes and take them to the back. I am going to see if this will work on this bobbin. The way I was pulling it, it looked like it would be a problem, but because now it's run through the track, I'm hoping it'll be okay. When you sew with a twin needle, you sew with this hem side down. So you have to know how deep your seam allowance is going to be and use that as a guide. So what I do is, if this is where I want my stitching to be, I check it here, and then I see where I need to align it here. And if it's easier to adjust your hem depth to a certain line, just to make it easier for you, you can do that. So I'm going to run it along this line here. Make sure that my hem depth is the same all the way across. Okay. Now, the reason why I will serge the edge and do this is because I don't like the way that looks on the underside. Most people don't care about it. I don't like it. So drop your foot down and just start sewing. That tinkling sound you hear is the spool of thread bouncing around in the cup behind my machine. Okay. Obviously, you start and stop with the back stitch. I didn't do it when I took off. This is just a demonstration. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the front. I can't tell if that's clear or not. Okay, so that's what it looks like on the front. And then that's what it looks like on the back. You can't really see the threads on the back. I just don't like the way it looks. So I'm going to do it right here so you can see what the back looks like. Okay. So that's what it looks like on the front, and that's what it looks like on the back. I just don't like it. I like it better when it's hidden in the serging thread. Now, what I like about a twin needle stitch is that you can stitch it like this. I don't think I can get my scissors in there right now because it's so close to the previous stitches. But when you do this kind of stitching, you can clip it right here, and that can be your hem if that's what you like. I would get it closer to the stitching without cutting them. And if you are really good at aligning it, let me see if I can align this right. Okay, if that raw edge, if I fold this line here, that raw edge goes between the needles. So I'm not really good at this part, but I'm going to attempt to show you so that if you're good at it, this might be something you would enjoy doing. Just because if you don't have a serger, this is a great way to keep those. Sorry, I already forgot where my stitching line is going to be on the 5/8. Then you don't have to worry about finishing that edge. Let's see if I can do this. I think I'm missing it. I'm going to move it just a little bit. Okay. And then you can get that raw edge encased in those threads right there. So I still prefer this for myself. But also what I like about a twin needle stitch is that when you sew on a knit that has the stretch around the body, this actually stretches and it won't break the threads. So you can use different widths of stitches like the ones I showed you. You can sew this on woven or stretch fabric. It's just a really nice finish for whatever fabric you use. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it and leave a comment if you have one. Thanks. Bye.